Hi, Celestial Seers. 20 signs that nature gives you to let you know that loved ones are near. The first one is cardinals. Cardinals. Many believe that cardinals are messengers from the spirit world. There's that old expression that when a cardinal appears, a loved one is near, especially during moments of grief or sadness. They can also come around just to say, hello, I'm watching over you, and, to give you comfort. Cardinals have always been a sign of a messenger from the other side, much like crows. Sorry, I have cat fur in my mouth. The next one is butterflies, a common symbol of transformation of the soul. I know when my grandfather passed, I would see white butterflies, and he passed when I was 15, so to this day, if I, see a white butterfly, I know that my grandfather is close by, especially when it's unexpected. It is very often, the appearance is often seen as a sign of a visiting spirit. The next one are feathers. Feathers are very significant to me. When I was like 5 years old, I found a baby bird feather, and the baby bird was gone, So throughout my whole life, especially finding them in unusual places, and I have found them in places that would be almost impossible for a feather to find its way to that spot. That is definitely a sign that your loved one is near, but it also can be a sign that your guides and your angels are close by. The other one is dragonflies. I know a lot of people love dragonflies, and I often see dragonflies, tattoo dragonflies, and that is a symbol of change. Change and light. And, dragonflies are very adaptable. So their sudden appearance can feel like, a loved one is reminding you that they are, always close by, which they are. They're still with you. The next one, number 5, another sign that your loved one is showing you a sign, or, God or your angels, are rainbows. Rainbows have always been connected to a promise of hope, often seen as a bridge between the earthly and the spiritual realms. The appearance of rainbows after a loss can really feel like a divine reassurance from the other side. Number 6 are ladybugs. I love ladybugs. Ladybugs have always been known as a sign of luck. Wow, that cat hair really gets in there, doesn't it? Ladybugs, or cat hair, ladybugs are sometimes believed to bring messages of peace. Now, ladybugs are it's very rare to see a ladybug in the winter, but in the summertime, you're going to see a lot more ladybugs. So if you see one in the wintertime, that's a rarity, and your loved one is definitely trying to connect with you. Number 7, believe it or not, cloud formations. Now, I love cloud formations because when I was a little girl, I used to lay on the grass and look up at the sky for hours and hours and hours, and see shapes like hearts, angels, familiar shapes in the clouds, that can feel like a direct sign or a message from above. Absolutely. And I'm sure you have looked up into the sky and have seen like a heart or even a face. Number 8 is unexplained animal behavior. It could be a bird, a deer, a horse, a cat, a dog, or even just a wild animal acting unusually calm or making eye contact. Now, you have to be careful. Don't go up to a mountain lion because you think it is being unusually calm, and it might be a spiritual message. Always be careful with wild animals. Wild animals are wild, but wild animals often do carry a spiritual message, especially if they're behaving oddly calm, but always watch from afar. Number 9, flashes of lights or orbs. Sometimes seen in person or in photos, orbs or glimmers of light are believed to be spirits. I believe that's true. Once I was staying in a hotel in Germany and I was just taking spirit photos with my digital camera. And I took one and there was nothing there. And I asked everyone to come into the picture so that I could take a picture of them. I snapped another photo and it was just full of orbs. Try it sometime. If you take a digital camera, or your phone, you'll catch more on your camera than you think you will, especially if you are requesting that to be done prior to taking that photo. Number 10, scents of flowers or perfume. Smelling a distinct familiar scent when no one is present is oftentimes either a loved one or an angel presence. It can be a very strong sign that someone is close by. When I smell roses, I know that it's Mother Mary. I have had dreams about my grandmother, and then only to wake up and smell the entire room. It still smells like her perfume, which is really neat when that happens, and you know that you've been with your loved one. Wind chimes ringing with no wind, definitely a sign of the spirit. That is definitely seen as a sign that the spirit world is trying to get your attention, for sure. I love wind chimes. I believe that wind chimes that are, placed north, south, east, west, it's very Asian. It's an Asian belief, but it can keep negativity away from your home. Number 12, sudden warm or cool breezes, especially if you're in the house or in a still room. If you feel a gentle breeze in a still room or even outdoors during a very calm day, that can definitely be a sign that someone you love is close by. I remember having dinner with this one person, and his wife had passed away. And as we were eating dinner, it happened to be Valentine's Day, there was a candle on the table, and without any wind or anything at all, the candle was blown out. It was really, really odd. But so that can happen. They can get your attention. They can let you know that they're giving you a thumbs up, that all is well. Number 13, rain. Moments, like a sudden rain shower or a light cleansing can often symbolize healing, especially if it just comes out of nowhere or kind of a spiritual washing over. I can't say that I've ever experienced that, but it does sound really lovely. Number 14, animal messengers, like I was talking about before. Dogs or cats or birds are if you notice that your cat or your dog is looking up at the corner of the room or looking towards a direction in the room where there is absolutely no one or nothing, you can best believe that your pet is definitely picking up or looking at perhaps a spirit. Especially unique behavior. They may be channeling a loved one's energy. Yes, animals can channel. Everything is energy. So, yes, animals are very perceptive. 15, shooting stars or meteor showers. These can feel like cosmic signs from beyond, and I think they are. How often have you looked up into a sky and just at this, at the exact time that you're looking up into the sky, a shooting star is flying by? Although for me, every time I've seen a shooting star, I usually broke up with a boyfriend or something ended. I don't know. For some reason, that was always my sign. But it can also be a sign of, longing or remembrance of someone in a very special way when you see a shooting star. So everyone is different. It just depends on what's important to you. Number 16, a tree or a plant growth near grave sites or homes. Absolutely. If you see a new tree or a new plant by a grave site or your home, especially new blooms in unexpected places, that can definitely carry spiritual significance. or seeing a flower that your loved one, loved, and noticing them out of nowhere, like yellow roses, the synchronicity of it all, definitely. 17, a songbird appearing at a meaningful time, a bird that's just singing to you at a perfect moment. And when nature seems to align with your emotions or thoughts, it's not a coincidence. There are no coincidences. It definitely means that you are connecting with someone, a lost loved one, or an angel, or a spirit guide. And number 18 is moon phases or halos. So the moon is very special to me. I even have a cup that says "Stay Wild, Moon Child." But seeing the moon, in a striking or an unexpected way can feel like a celestial experience, right? Like a celestial wink from, the heavens. For me, it catches me off guard when I'm not thinking about it and I walk out and there's a full moon and it just feels like, this is for you. Well, if you feel like it's for you, then it is for you. Number 19, unexpected buzzing or flickering lights outdoors. This is something that's very common. Nature has a very powerful way of creating energy disturbance, and it's oftentimes interpreted as spiritual activity, like a strong gust of wind, like I said, out of nowhere, or something blowing past you. It could be a letter, with some words on it that you just need to see and read at that very time. And last but not least, number 20, whispers in the wind. Hearing your name or a gentle whisper on the breeze is oftentimes someone trying to get your attention, especially in a quiet space. I oftentimes will just be doing something like cleaning house, and I will literally hear my mother call my name. And I used to hear her call my name even when she was alive. So you can be very close to people even if you're really not that close physically. So those are the 20 signs. There are many, many more signs than that. But I am curious, what are some of the signs that you have received or you get that you have known that your loved one from the other side is trying to communicate with you? Everything around us is energy, so it is not impossible for someone in the spirit realm to try to reach out and communicate with their loved ones here in the world, I guess, is in the physical world. So what are some of the things you've experienced? I really would love to know and hear more about what you experience and what your experiences are, and when you think your loved one has reached out to you. And and if you like this kind of information, because I'm a metaphysician and an EFT practitioner and natural born medium, so I really love studying and understanding more and more, both scientifically and spiritually, just how much everything is indeed, just created, from energy, and how the energies can cross over from both the spirit realm into the physical realm, and how it can affect us in either a positive way or a negative way. But it's really up to you. We have free will. So with that, just have a great day, and I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. And I'll see you soon. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. Take care.